Alright. Let me send them a message and then we can get going. All clear. And all clear. Alright, we're back, baby! First match of the league. Alright, so we got Gengar on the front, very fast, against the Slowbro, typically a physical wall. See what we got here. As expected, there's the Shadow Ball, super effective against Psychic. And a Flamethrower from the Slowbro, no burn, maybe expecting a swap, but I think this is a good matchup here for Gengar. Typically, you see a Rocky Helmet there of the Slowbro, but that's not going to do much work against a special attacker. See some great nicknames here from DirtttMannn. This one here, Donovan McNabb. But Donovan is going to quickly get taken down by the Gengar. This Gengar is Life Orb, so he is doing an extra pack a punch with this stab shadow ball.
Does Jamil not have a special wall?
Well, you'd think that maybe this is the special wall and it just took him a little time to get to it. You know, the Dusclops will be carrying an Eviolite, so that's going to make it stronger in its de-evolved form from Dusknoir, even though we can't use it yet in this meta. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. The Venusaur, while it can't get any poison moves on the Gengar, it would be able to start seeding and getting some life back if it did take a Shadow Ball. Looks like Sentai is in the tank here. He's probably swapping. You got a Ghost Pokemon, so we're probably not going to see Porygon or Heracross, but I could imagine we could maybe just see him go straight over to Medicham here and try to wall break. Hey, you know, I love me a Gengar attacking, so I agree with you there. I imagine, though, that... Oh, and there's a taunt carried by the Gengar. You gotta like that. A Will-O-Wisp isn't going to be 100% great here, but the Shadow Ball there is nice. And the Nightshade, what does that mean? Well, not only that, but Gengar was outsped there by the Dusclops. I wonder what move Gengar used there. And it looks like he was trying some sort of substitute or I don't know what he did. Maybe he missed on a Will-O-Wisp and it looked like he went first. That probably is what happened. So back into the game, we see Grease Lightning back out here to face the Heracross. Heracross is, if he's carrying a bug move, then obviously pretty good. Oh, also has a dark move. And takes a little bit of damage from the Rocky Helmet. Gets the plus because of Moxie. Love to see that. And this Heracross is going to be quite fast because, as you may know or may not know, he did decide to put a Choice Scarf on it. So right off the bat, we're going to see a little bit of a race here between an Arcanine, a Jolly Arcanine, but he is Life Orb, so we're going to see a little bit more damage. The Porygon 2 is carrying an Eviolite. So we're not going to see leftovers, but Porygon 2 does have Recover. It's also slow, though, so I think that Sentai is going to have to make a decision here if he wants to save this Porygon or just let it go.
But we also just got a big crit into a burn there.
Oh, it crit on him? Okay. Yeah, the crit there on that Flare Blitz, is pretty important because an Intimidate was landed on this Arcanine. That is a pretty big cut, especially when you're dealing recoil to yourself. Looks like we're back in the tank here. Super Sentai thinking about who to bring out. Now, he may be on top of the fact that Arcanine is one of the few non-legendaries that can learn extreme speed. And it was actually DirtttMannn deciding to swap because Porygon 2 just straight up used Recover. I think DirtttMannn would have been better just leaving him in, and it was Porygon to swap, but not the case here. It looks like DirtttMannn maybe didn't look at the speed tide there and to see that his Arcanine was faster.
It is worth mentioning, though, that DirtttMannn has done disgusting things with this Dominican Luigi. That U-turn, though, not very impressive.
Yes, the Luigi itself is typically not a sweeper, but it looks like DirtttMannn hasn't built that way, so I got to agree, he really didn't get much momentum there. Now, the Venusaur coming back here, we're going to see it Mega Evolve and probably get a nice Leech Seed. Yep, there's the seed, straight onto the swap.
Here's the question. There it is.
There it is.
Know the trick. He's got the Liquid Ooze.
And what that is Tentacruel has an ability called Liquid Ooze. Leech Seed sends damage back. It still takes damage from the seed, but instead of healing, the Venusaur on the other side takes the damage back, even though they're both poison. Interesting move and interaction.
The Leech Seed into a clock.
There's the swap, which again won't stop the Leech Seed damage, and the Ice Beam, good against grass on both sides of the swap, so really wasn't a big deal for Sentai there, pressing Ice Beam. Now, remember, this is a sweeper, and it takes him out. That Dominican Luigi is on a band, and interestingly enough, we see it get outsped by typically the slower Tentacruel, but not here because that Tentacruel was fast. And there is the knockoff.
Great focus on the speed meta of their matchup. That Leech Seed just continuing to drain.
And on that last move, we saw, the Hydro Pump hits the low accuracy move. He's not running Scald, choosing with Hydro Pump. I think either one kills there, but definitely risky on Sentai's move to press Hydro Pump there. Just immediately swapping to this Porygon, even with the low health. He doesn't care. And just to bring up, we don't see a single Stealth Rock on either side of the battlefield. Whether that's a good or a positive or a negative, we're not sure yet, but at least at this point, the chip is all through damage and status.
Yeah, DirtttMannn does have Donovan McNabb, but Super Sentai choosing to leave his fortress at home.
Oh, and here comes Medicham. I think Medicham here has a really good shot to just end the rest of DirtttMann's team. I mean, there's not really much that you can really do. There's the fake out again. This Medicham has pure power that doubles its attack stat. There's a high jump kick, super high power move, 90 accuracy though, very dangerous if you miss. Medicham just going to take this all the way through. There's the headbutt, and it just kills it. Medicham is quite strong, and that ends game one. And very good showing there by Super Sentai. I think hopefully DirtttMannn gets another crack at it in game two.
I don't know. I am just now hearing that DirtttMannn is in fact celebrating his loss. It appears that he's celebrating his loss. Let's get the DirtttMannn cam going.
We're going again. You guys ready for second match?
DirtttMann's going off. He doesn't.
Yes, Reckless.
Okay, going in. Let me know when you're ready.
Yep. All right, so we got the full mutes, and I will be sending them the message. All clear, and all clear. And game two, we got the swapped view here, taking on the POV from DirtttMannn, and I think we're going to see maybe a different start off from DirtttMannn, because Slowbro was not effective to lead off.
Yeah, he really likes that Slowbro lead. I just don't know if it's the best for it.
I want to see a Stealth Rock sent out. We know that, and there's the lead on the Donovan McNabb, otherwise known as Don Fan. This one is carrying Stealth Rock for DirtttMannn, so I think this time we might see a rock, and I think Sentai is just keeping it up here with the Gengar. Chooses to go for the burn, and again, DirtttMannn just showing a little bit of lack of research, maybe, I don't know, but Gengar carries Levitate. You cannot Earthquake him.
Oh,
That should have been a Stealth Rock all the way there.
Quite discouraged, but he bounces right back. The DirtttMannn cam is going off.
So there's the Shadow Ball. He's got one more chance to Stealth Rock, and he goes for the knockoff instead of the Stealth Rock. Now, he has leftovers on this, so it might let him get one more attack, but I think this Gengar isn't going anywhere.
No, I think this is a clean kill.
Yeah, there it is. And no Stealth Rock dropped in by DirtttMannn.
Oh, we got
Gengar's
the DirtttMannn cam.
taking it out.
DirtttMannn cam, he was pretty sad on that one.
The Gengar might live longer now because he knocked off his Life Orb.
That is true. The Life Orb,
yeah.
the Life Orb taking away, I believe, 10 to 12% somewhere in there. Don't know the exact value per attack. The Gengar no longer has it. I don't think, though, that this matters. He swapped in a Mon that will die to a Shadow Ball, and will be outsped. Like, DirtttMannn really got to focus here. Like, he is throwing this game, and I think that, again, he even if the... And SuperSentai decides to change it. The move into the poison. Oh my goodness!
God.
Whew. And Sentai just handed Dominican Luigi a free kill. There's another Zen headbutt now. The paralysis will go ahead and slow down this Dominican Luigi, aka Celebi, and the Porygon 2 will get to stabilize here. But man, that was quite a swing there for DirtttMannn.
Yeah. I mean, getting rid of that Tentacruel, maybe he can get some better value out of his Venusaur without having to worry about the poisonous blood of that creature.
Mm-hmm. And we saw this before. The Porygon 2 is a defensive Mon, and we see the Zen headbutt.
Oh my god.
And
why is he clicking the same move?
If you haven't figured it out yet, this Dominican Luigi is banded, so that is why he is pressing the same move.
He could, but I mean, he could swap. He could swap,
and the matchup that Sentai has here is the exact one he wants. So I think that you need to, and there's the Natural Cure on the swap. Goes back to the Grease Lightning, which against the Ice Beam is pretty good because Slowbro is water, but this matchup could end quickly because Porygon 2, I think, is packing Thunderbolt.
He's probably Bolt Beaming.
Yeah, Bolt.
Yeah.
Classic build.
Classic, especially on Porygon 2. He carries the Eevee, and Sentai decides to swap it out at this Burn Pot, and the Burn Proc's right there. Medicham has its attack cut. Oh my goodness, that swap made no sense from Sentai, and he paid the price on the Scald.
I mean, you could switch to the Dusclops expecting the fake out, but you could also just fucking eat it. Get the rocket ship. Dominican Luigi actually eating that pretty well.
Taking it well with the burn, but again,
he's got Sucker Punch.
We saw it before. The fake out was the first move chosen last game. DirtttMannn should have been on top of that with the Dusclops change. And there he pulls immediately. That Medicham can't do anything else. Altaria taking damage on the U-turn. This will give DirtttMannn the priority back with him being able to choose who to send out against Altaria.
But what will he choose?
I think Arcanine is the pick here, but he chooses to go with the Slowbro. And interestingly enough, this Altaria, while it might have some fairy moves, could have dragon moves, there's a Heal Bell. And he decides to Heal Bell and get the Medicham unlocked. I like the move. Ice Beam, very good against Altaria, but you can even still, that Altaria stays somewhat pretty well alive. And the Roost here, because we can see Altaria's faster, Bruce could make it not very effective, or not as super effective, that is, with the Ice Beam.
Yeah, remove that flying type to drop that quad weakness down to ×2. We could see quite the loop here.
Now we
But
see a
let's check
pause.
in on the DirtttMannn cam. DirtttMann's loving it. He's dancing. He's apparently fine with this matchup.
DirtttMannn is going crazy.
And over to the Dirt Cam. But Altaria, it looks like Sentai is going to swap. And there's the trace with the regenerator. So next time Porygon 2 swaps out, it will heal. Pretty cool there. Now there's the swap into Arcanine. I think it's one turn too late, because Porygon 2 is actually going to do pretty well against this Arcanine. We could see a recover, but if it were me, I mean, you could legitimately just immediately swap the Porygon 2 and go into something else here, but this Arcanine could hit hard.
We could even see it go for a close combat. Oh my god.
And right into the close combat. Good call. Super effective move.
DirtttMannn is loving it. I saw him doing karate on the DirtttMannn cam. He is in sync with this Arcanine here.
Now, do you think that the defense or special defense drop will hurt it here? I think it will.
I don't know. Is that thing within range of an extreme speed? I think that's the big question here.
You know, I think we could see the swap to the Dusclops, but I don't think that's enough damage to kill this Medicham. It's still a mega Pokemon. It probably has a little bit more bulk. Looks like there is a swap on the board. Probably to this Dusclops. And there's the fake out. Huge damage. Huge.
Oh, DirtttMannn was not happy about that. It seems he forgot that the fake out was coming out.
There is the Altaria getting extreme speeded and killed. Oh, and that is right. This Arcanine has
back.
form. Straight fake out. And fake out faster than the extreme speed, it would look like. And that takes down the Arcanine. This Medicham, again, has pure power, doubling the attack stat to 200. It will crush if it goes first.
Yeah, SuperSentai really making the call to sacrifice his Altaria to trade for the Arcanine there.
And I'll tell you, this Rocky Helmet ain't going to do 28%. I'll tell you that right now. So we're going to see a dead Grease Lightning here in a second. This Medicham will make short work of it. Could see a swap to the Gengar, but I don't think it's likely. This Medicham should be perfectly set up to take care of this Slowbro.
That is a great thing to take note of. SuperSentai maintaining 3 of his sweepers still. But
Very true.
DirtttMannn doesn't seem to care at all. The DirtttMannn cam is going off. He does not care. He goes to the dentist. That man flosses. You can see it all.
There's the Thunder Punch. That tells me this Medicham does not have a dark move. And the Flamethrower takes down the Mega Evolution into the Gengar. This matchup we've seen before. A Shadow Ball is coming. We know it. It's coming. Ain't no taunt coming here.
Did DirtttMannn learn from his mistakes at Game 1?
I don't know.
I don't think he has a choice.
Here. You take the sack to get the clean swap into the Venusaur and just try and clean up from there. That Heracross is very scary with its bug moves, though.
Okay, interesting.
And there is the swap into the Dominican Luigi. You know, it's not the worst swap there, but the Grease Lightning itself coming right back out. This matchup is not what you want. Oh, it survived the Shadow Ball! And the Flamethrower back doesn't kill it. He should have gone for the stab move, maybe predicting the swap, but not good enough. This is going to give the Gengar another turn to kill it with the Shadow Ball.
And this brings us back to the knockoff, removing the Gengar's item. That Life Orb recoil damage would have ended it right there, but also probably would have killed Grease Lightning.
Crazy. And there's the swap. I love this swap here because Grease Lightning will heal with Regenerator. Here comes Booby Touch. Enough life to survive a second Shadow Bolt. And that might be enough because we saw it. He had Nightshade. That will take down Gengar.
Unless we saw a low roll. Oh, apparently not.
No crit. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, but it won't matter. It will kill. I love that decision by Booby Touch. The Booby Touch, because if he went for the swap, it would have burned the Heracross, making it essentially useless. Love that decision by DirtttMannn.
He's going to get Moxie procs, though. Unless he swap.
So a Moxie proc on the death of Booby Touch will be big, but I will say that doesn't increase the speed. And looking at DirtttMann's team, he's got a lot of slow Pokemon, so speed I don't think will be a factor here, actually. Incredible. Let's see if DirtttMann can come up with something for this Heracross. Now, we know it's not Mega Heracross, but Heracross is still a house, and we saw before that it is scarfed, so we're going to have to see what he chooses to do. He chooses the Mega Horn, so that means that a bug move is locked in. That could really hurt him, or it could really benefit him, depending on who he sends back out. And he sends the Slowbro, which is super effective against Bug. No way! He sends out the one Pokemon that he can't! And now back to the Dusclops.
He's going to get 2 Moxie procs!
Oh no,
Good call going for the Protect for the Scout.
Oh.
And the Venusaur's not going to like it either. The Bug hitting well into the grass typing.
It will, but a Venusaur with the Mega Evolution was probably his best bet. But he's not going to be able to do much here because there are 2 Moxie procs on the other side of the battlefield, and the Mega Horn is just going to keep going. Now, Mega Horn is 100% to 0. With the 2-0, unbelievable!
He is distraught.
And we go to the Dirt King, and we can see DirtttMann cannot believe it. He cannot believe it.
Can we pull the Dirt Cam up full screen?
Whew!
What a great match.
You did good, Johnny. You did good, man.
That is a good first match, and we will check in again when we get back.